Hi, and welcome to the Sports Map. Today I'm doing my first ever sports imperialism video, in this case with the WNBA. So for how anyone who's never seen a sports imperialism video before, how this will work is I have divided the 12 teams across the lower 48 US states, and I have placed them each in their own little territories. In this case, they only have one state each because there's only 12 teams, so each state only has one team max. So basically, I've divided them out into 12 different states, and these people will then proceed to fight each other for the lower 48. How that will work is each round, it'll work like the game of Risk. I'll determine the attacking team here, like a spinner. So for example, lands on Indiana Fever here. So I'll pick that, and then basically I'll spin the arrow here to determine which direction. If the direction they go is unoccupied, then they claim it, and I spin again for a new attacking team. If it's occupied, then they will play an opponent in a one-on-one game with the simulator I have here, thanks to NBA 2K24. As well as, and we'll keep doing this. If the team wins, the attacking team wins, they take the territory. If the attacking team loses, they are out, and their opponent takes the territory. If they win, they would eliminate the opponent team, and we'll just keep going until it's one team running all 48 states. Also, if the team goes in a direction that is blank, then they can't take territory, supposedly the ocean or an international border. Now, I shall start the first round, and this is my map, created out of ArcGIS Online, a program we use in school. And I will spin. For the first one, I have all 12 teams on the spinner, so let's see who is going to attack first. Okay, so we have the Wings, and it's kind of very set that the Wings are completely surrounded by unoccupied territory, so it kind of doesn't really matter. There's going to be no games, and this is probably going to be the case for the start, since there's a lot less teams, so there's a lot more open space. So more likely the first few spins will just be teams claiming territory than really just teams actually fighting each other. We could be lucky if we get like the west coast or the east coast. Let's see which area they will be taking over. Oh, well. Unfortunately, that brings them down to Mexico, so I gotta spin again. Okay. So, southeast puts them in Louisiana, so they are going to claim the state of Louisiana. So I am going to change the symbol to make it green. And I'm going to change the naming here very quickly. All right, so the first area has been occupied. The first spin is gone. All 12 teams remain. I shall spin again and see what happens. I stand corrected on this because this is one of the places that has 3 teams bordering each other, and these have a 2/3 chance because they have 3 borders. So if they head east, they'll be fighting the Aces. Southeast, they'll be fighting Phoenix, and north will put them on Oregon. So I will see which direction they spin, and we might have our first game in the second spin, or we might just have them claiming Oregon. So we'll see. Well, the one direction they can't go is the ocean. So if you put the map there, that makes them against Vegas. So they'll be playing the Aces. I will set this up as the attacking team. The Sparks get to be the home team. So I will set this quickly to Sparks and aces. Funny enough, the left side was preset to the aces because that was the championship. Thanks. Guy. Okay. And I've set it to a... Oh. I've set it to a 10 minutes to be the traditional running time of the WNBA. What I will do is I'll show the first minute. Obviously, the game will play on its own. I'll show you the first minute, and then I'll jump to the end. Not make everyone sit through the whole thing to determine who is going to be eliminated and who is claiming more territory. And I quickly skip to the... I gotta take myself off the thing, let the computer play itself. And yes, I do. Alright, so I'll cut that in as we start the first game of this imperialism tournament. Aces versus Sparks. All right, we're coming into the first minute of play. The Aces currently have a 2-point lead. I'm going to stop recording here and check back in with a minute to go. See you then. Welcome back, and with a minute to go, the Aces have a 6-point lead, and they are currently holding on to the ball, but it's kind of obvious the Sparks will attempt to foul themselves out as they fight in their do-or-die game for the territory. Timeout has been taken, as I will attempt to skip to the next part. All right, we have 50 seconds left on the clock here. And they have cut the lead to 5 with 44 seconds to go. And once again are fouling themselves in an attempt to stop the clock because LA has only one timeout left. A long pass, 35 seconds left. Foul again. Free throw. Completely unobstructed. As now they're just fouling it to stop the clock. Hopefully the goal to get a turnover. The Aces have moved their lead up by 7 points. So the chances of LA coming back are thinner and thinner. LA this time does get the ball, but is now down 8 with 30 seconds to go. Shot clock is off, and now the Aces just have to hold on to the ball for 20 seconds. And of course, LA is going to foul again with 20 seconds to go. Aces have shrunk their lead up to 7, so it's probably very set in stone now, but we'll see what they'll try. Timeout taken, looks like. Yep. In a failed attempt to skip the timeout there. But now we got 20 seconds. LA is the current handler of the ball. Unsure though. Okay, Aces do hold on to it, but they have to do what they can to kill the clock more. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they have won it. The Aces have taken by 83-75 and will eliminate the Sparks and take over the California territory. So, time to update the map. We will now change this map. We'll change this here to that. And we will rebrand the location. Now, time for the next one. So now, 11 teams left. Aces own California, Nevada, as well as the Wings owning Texas and Louisiana, and everyone else owning one territory. So we will now check. We'll also have to take the Sparks off the spinner. So shrink the spinner down. And I will spin again for the next person. Okay, so it's the sun, which we will close. But now, sun is pretty much set that they don't have. So they could go south, they'll be playing New York. If they go north or east, they will. So south or west gets them New York. The Liberty, north and east gets them a territory. So we will spin the arrow for whichever direction they get. And these cases, they will be going east. So in this case, they will just claim the small state of Rhode Island from nobody. And I will spin again to check if this will go for the next team that'll be attacking. But at least it puts them probably susceptible to more of a space, because they will now basically own a little more space, so it's probably more likely that they play New York or get in another place. So the Aces are attacking again. So where they stand on the map now, which is all the way on the other side, if they go south-southwest, so they go southeast-eastist, they play, because we'll only be doing it from this time once, they'll be playing the Mercury. If they go northeast or above, they just claim whichever territories, and they can't go west because of the ocean for them now. So let's take a look to what they land on. Okay, they go the one direction they can't. They will be going northwest from their location, which means they will claim Utah. This case has been a little bit more now of the of just conquering territories instead of games. I mean, there's still 11 teams left, so this might be going on for a bit. We'll have to wait and see, as I will have to pick another attacking team, but at least there'll be a little higher chance that someone might be playing each other because there's more space now. So we will see who's the next attacking team. This time it's the Lynx, and the Lynx are entirely surrounded, so regardless of what happens, they will be taking over a new piece of territory. And the direction they're going is probably the one direction it looks like they can't go. Oh no, actually, yeah, no, they can't, because they'll be going up to Canada, so I'll have to spin the arrow again. Once again, I got stuck up north. The arrow will be going low this time, as I will quickly switch it to blue and make it Lynx territory. And there's my dog barking in the background, so I am going to edit that and let her out. And we'll pause the video to appeal to that. Alright, I shall be back in a second. So after changing the symbol to blue, as making the Lynx so owners now have 2 spots, so if they get again, they're now bordering with the sky, so they could potentially come for a game. I shall choose the next opponent to see who will be the next attacking team. It is the Lynx again, so this time it could possibly work. Like, depending on the scenario, that they could be playing the sky. If they go south, if they go southeast, they could be playing the sky. Any other direction just claims the new territory, except north, straight north, which will, they'll have to spin again because that is international border, which is what you land on. Second time this has happened. Now southeast, they will be playing the sky in a one-on-one here. I will set this here on the game clock now, going my usual minute, and then going down to the end. So let me set the game setting. As the game loads, I will quickly reset it back to Sky and Lynx. The Lynx will get the home field because they are the attacking team, and the Sky will be the away team as they are the ones defending. That is the basic rule in this case. So I will set this to 0, and we shall start the gameplay. I'll do the first minute and then come back for the last minute. Hopefully it'll be a tense matchup to see who claims the next territory. All right, the game tips off with 10-minute quarters, and it looks like Minnesota has the ball, as they will hold on to it for a minute from the 3-point line. We're taking a 2-point lead. Chicago recovers it, takes it across half court, and wait till on the 3-point line. And an easy basket for Chicago there to tie it up. Holding it at the 3-point line before throwing it in and missing, shooting again, gets a rebound, only to be fouled with 9:02 to go. Taking a 1-point lead. Second shot is good, as they will begin the thing, and we are officially a minute in, so I'll pause and resume when there's 1 minute to go. See you then. So we're back with just under a minute. Chicago has just taken a 1-point lead, and there has been a stoppage of play, and we're at a Lynx timeout. 54 seconds to go. With a 1-point difference, this is gonna come down to the nails, so definitely be a interesting minute. Passes it into the free thought. There is a foul though, but they still give score to the Lynx. So they go up 1 with 43 to go. Chicago's chance to tie it. Oh, Minnesota actually takes the lead, which makes it to 2. So doubles their lead. It results in a sky timeout with 43 seconds to go. Now, probably attempting to foul to stop the clock again. Incorrect, but a tie game with 39 seconds to go. Chance for the lead here. And they make it. Back across. Attempting to shoot it. 28 seconds to go, 27. And Minnesota's back on top with 25 seconds to go. So still a shot clock left in the play. Sky uses what looks like their last time out. "23 seconds to go. 22, 20. And the Sky scored, taking the lead again with 17 seconds to go. Lynx will use their final timeout with 17 seconds left to go. Staying at the 3-point line, wanting to leave them no seconds to get ahead. And they miss. And this is taken back. Foul to stop the clock. 1.4 to go. So a chance to make it a 2-point game, a one basket game. And this would make it a 3-point game. So they'll have to do a quick 3 if they want to tie it. Or else they are, here's for the win, for the tie. But no, they do not make it. Chicago wins, Minnesota is eliminated, and Chicago will be claiming the last 2 states here on the map. So it is time to update the map, which will be 2 separate states that old Chicago Sky will be taking. Iowa and Minnesota. So I'm going to change that to here, as well as this one as well, and changing the description. and the title. See? Okay. One more, and then to proceed to pick the next team that will be attacking. And have a quick peek at our updated map. Okay. So, we now stand with a few states owned by the Aces, a few states owned by the Sky, as well as the Wings owning 2. Everywhere else is just 1, and we will look for our next team. And we have to take the Minnesota Lynx off it. So we have 8 teams left. And I shall spin again. Pick the new team. It's the Indiana Fever. So they're on a funny enough, neighboring on Chicago's territory, on Illinois. So if they go west, they play Chicago, but east, every other direction basically gets them a free space. So we'll spin the arrow to determine if they will be playing. So that puts them northeast. So if we trace that, it puts them just on Michigan. So that was lucky there that they are claiming that for the time being. And we'll have to update the map. They will now own 2 states, and will proceed to have the second largest amount, tied with the Dallas Wings. I will have to spin again to see who is now attacking, and we might get a game, depending, and we might get just another territory taken. So it's the Sun again. So before, it was just that. They have a little more space, so if they go north or east, they claim a free spot. But if they go south or west, they're playing the Liberty. So I will do a quick spin and see what we get. So this time they're in southwest, so they are playing the Liberty. So I'm going to set this up here. We'll have the next game and the next matchup set for this imperialism. So I shall quit and quickly let us back. The Sun will be the home team while the Liberty will be the away, because the Sun is the attacking. That's the general rule in the imperialism games. So change this. Good, there it is. Connecticut Sun. And I'm going to move one over. Gotcha. And we should play. Obviously, once again, I'll stick for the first minute and then come back for the last one. This will be a very interesting matchup between the two, as we will see them tip off here in Connecticut. So Suns claim the ball at the start, pass it across, proceed, out of bounds. They go into the 3-point line, back out to the 3, take the first shot, and they miss. Rebound, and they score. Liberty take a 2-0 lead. Cut across. Cut into the 2-point territory. Going for the shot. 9 minutes to go. And they missed. And the Liberty recover it. So I will pause here as we've gotten just under the first minute in, and I will see you back in the last minute.